This week's lesson is a continuation of the historical background that formed the message of the prophet Jeremiah. And we're talking about the last 5 kings who ruled over Israel.
The last 5 kings of Israel. We are starting with a very positive time. It's a time of revival, good time. But then the slope starts going down and down until it's gone.
Yeah, King Josiah is a fresh water in a dead land. His dad and his granddad are considered to be the 2 most evil kings in the history of Israel. Regardless, he rules over 31 years. He becomes a king at the age of 8. Very impressive record. But wait, his achievements are really in demolishing all the worship places of Baal and other gods, killing their priests, and restoring the knowledge and worship to the God of Israel.
He made a covenant before the Lord to keep his commandment and his testimonies with all his heart and all his soul.
2 other kings appeared and followed Josiah. First one was Jehoahaz, who was king for 3 months and a week. And then Jehoiakim, who reigned for over 11 years. Both were sons of Josiah. It's mind-boggling how they grew up in a home of a God-fearing father, but anyway, they decided to follow their own desires. Jehoiakim was unfair to his people, unfair to his own workers, greedy, ambitious for his own glory and benefit. Jeremiah's message was doom and gloom for his kingdom. He was led to Babylon. He died in Babylon. He was buried in Babylon. God had warned Jehoiakim what was going to happen in advance.
Some believe that people can't change. Once you go in a certain way, sometimes you don't see it, or you just don't care. There is no remorse. What is amazing to me though is the efforts that God puts into giving another chance. He tries and tries.
Jeremiah had good and bad news to the people of Israel. After they had been exiled to Babylon, the prophet sends a letter and lets them know that God has a plan for them to settle down and to continue with their own usual life in Babylon, in the city of exile. Not easy to accept, but also after 70 years, God will call them back. An amazing prophecy and even more amazing fulfillment of the prophecy.
For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. It sounds amazing, but it's difficult to trust, especially in circumstances like this, when you have to accept a situation that you don't understand.
And finally, it was Zedekiah, Jehoiakim's uncle, who was placed by Nebuchadnezzar as a king in Israel. He didn't get it either. What was God's plan? Namely, to lead Israel into submission of Babylon. And Zedekiah did not accept it, did not obey it. He revolted and made the remaining people who stayed back in the land of Israel to follow all the detestable practices of the nations. And this was the end of it.
The end of Israel and then Judah. But was it all lost?
Jeremiah served the God of Israel and talked heavenly sense to the kings he witnessed. One listened, the rest did as they pleased. The Bible is crucial and critical of the leadership that actually brought the end of the nation of Israel. Crucial and life-changing is what the leaders sometimes do. But the good news is found in the chapter 23 in the book of Jeremiah, where God reminds us that He's our leader and that He's going to lead us out. A remnant will come out of Babylon. God would not forsake because He has a plan, He has a purpose. And hope is the last message in Jeremiah.
We should now have better idea about the circumstances and atmosphere around the time of the ministry of Jeremiah. About 40 years of struggle.
5 kings, 2 different types of rulership. What kind of king would I have been if the opportunity was there?